Today we are going to talk about Sounder by William H. Armstrong. Now, if you are a big fan of like the Sour Land books, which is a continuation for the Sounder, well, I highly recommend looking for Sounder too. My name is Sean, and let's get started. Now, for like a few months ago, I've done a lot of book reports, and yesterday, or just about in our last video, I talked about a book called Julie of the Wolves. Well, yeah, and today we are gonna talk about. This is Julie of the Wolves, and today we are gonna talk about another Newbery Medal winning book called Sounder. All right, let's get started. Now, when I first heard of the title Sounder, I thought that I thought it was this dog story, and surprisingly, it was. And after I read this back part of the story, it told me that the dog was Sounder, and I just thought that there would be a name for this child right here. But instead, they just called him Child, and no one was named. Really, no one was named. I guess this guy is a bad namer. Except that that namer made this dog name a Sounder. And also, I guess that no one got these names because, well, he's a bit poor and, well, they aren't very used to naming because, well, all names have meaning. My name, Han Shi Han, means that I will always follow the law and make new stuff. Yes, really, that's true. I am not kidding, guys. And, well, I'm not so sure about Sounder, but I guess it is like a bit barker. At the end of the book, Sounder didn't even bark a lot, but he did whine a lot. So I guess that's part of its reality, personality. And then later, this story also talked about a lot about, well, this boy. Not a lot about the dog. The dog, which his name is Sounder, was cared by the boy a lot. Alright, stop that. And, well, just about that, all of that, this was happening, and I kind of like it. Well, why I like this story mainly is because of the story plot and how people are treated. Sometimes the treating was like bad stuff, like when he was trying to give a cake to his father in prison, a person just ripped the cake apart into crumbs, thinking that there's something that can unlock a jail cell or break a jail cell. And then later there was eventually no cake to put in. Batman. And then later Sounder, the person, this guy right here, went to find his father for days and days, and then eventually he came to a place where only the prisoners just crawled like this and never lifted up. And when they finished work, they just crawled to the other one and did the work. And then they did that at the same time. And then a guard looked at the boy and found him staring at those people. And then he threw iron stuff at him and just laughed. Ha 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 ha! You have your heart. And I do not even like that guy. This guy even said that. And then later that man tried to throw iron bits to it, but it just fell feet away. Oh yeah, and also there are some interesting pictures in these parts, such as this picture of the beginning. And also later there's food. First, let me tell you about this guy. This child's family has a lot of brothers and sisters. Is starvation. They haven't had any solid foods. They had liquid foods. They had some solid foods, but they gave it all to Sounder just to make sure that Sounder will be alive to hunt. And they just drank and just ate liquid food. It wasn't much so, and they had no potatoes, and it was a bad hunting season. But then one day his father stole some meat and the family was saved. But then that man got arrested and saying that happened, he went to jail, and then the meat was returned, but the father wasn't returned. And later there was a dynamite crash. No, not the BTS dynamite. dynamite crash, and then, well, a boiler was exploded, and the prisoner, his father, was able to escape and came back home. Well, I'm not so sure about that plot because it kind of didn't make any sense to me at first, and it still doesn't make any sense to me. So I think that he escaped. That's more lively, and I like it much more. And now that we just finished this, let's get started on our next part of this story. Now, why I chose this book to be one of my favorite books in the world is because of the title, Sounder. I like the word sound a lot. And the Newbery Medal winner. Now, I like a lot of Newbery Newbery Medal honors, and also Newbery winners. Any Newbery Medal will be fine. At least it has the word Newbery in it, because, well, it tells me that the book has won award and it can hook the reader, and it was worldwide popularity. I look at the medals a lot and how much popularity it has, and, well, I think that after I see them, I think that I might enjoy it, because look, everyone else enjoys it. I thought this would be lame, so, well, I haven't read it for months, but finally, I read it. Now, the only book that I haven't read here is Inside Out and Back Again, so after I read this, I might be able to make a video on it. So I'm almost done with my books except for my story of the world, and I hope I'll see you next time. Shinhan out. Dun 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 dun. Bum.